So as you can see, now I've put the cash budget format here. Now here also, like other budgets, you have to first make sure that you have understood and memorized this whole format before solving a question. So the format is basically on the columns again, we have the month, and we start with the beginning cash balance, how much money we already have before the start of this month. And then we plus cash receipts. I've written some examples of what you'll encounter. Mostly you'll just see collection from sales. This fly is it has been bothering me for a long time. Okay. So anyways, in the cash receipts, we'll add back the collection from sales. Now, collection from sales is not going to be directly given to you. Probably there will be some calculations to be made because they will tell you in terms of policy. Like when you sell 20% of the money you receive in the month of sale, 30% of money you receive in the month following the sale, means the next month, and 50% of the money you'll receive in the second month following the sale, so in the third month. So you have to make sure that first you know the format and then you start solving the question. So formats are essential. First we are going to do that. So beginning cash plus cash receipts, these two things usually, and then minus cash disbursements means cash payments. You can, by the way, you can write cash payments here. That doesn't really affect anything. And then we know we'll have to pay for materials, labors, overhead. And I do want you to know all of these examples. That's why I'm like including the examples, because you want to have an idea. Okay, which different expenses will I encounter? Now you don't have to memorize these, by the way. These are like just you have to look at them. When you're memorizing format, just memorize it this way: beginning cash balance, add all of the cash receipts, means receiving of money, minus all of the cash payments, and then you get the cash surplus or deficit. Means if it's a positive number, that means you have more money than you spend. If you have a deficit, that means you spend more money than you have. And then you do like these things. Ignore these things for now. When we solve a question, I'll show you how to do this part. And then we have the ending cash balance, how much money we have at the end of the month. Now, just to make sure we understand something. Now, the purpose of cash budget, now you might think, okay, why would I need to make a cash budget? Because the companies really want to anticipate the shortages of cash. For example, if we prepare the cash budget for the next 6 months, I will know that in the third month, I will run out of money, means I will go into negative. I will have to pay more money than I have. So what I can do is I can pre-arrange a loan agreement or loan arrangement with the uh, bank. So whenever the month arrives, I can easily get the money because I've already agreed with the bank that I would need the loan in that month. Otherwise, like if I don't do anything and I need money in that month, and then I go to the bank, now I have to wait a couple of days, or maybe I have to. There's some problems that I have to encounter. Like, so we don't want to do that. We want to anticipate the shortages of cash, and then we want to make arrangements for that. And if we have extra cash, and we also can, make plans of what we are going to do with the extra cash we will get in this month. So that's kind of what a cash budget is. Again, memorize the format, and yes, also memorize this part. But because what I'm saying is, when we solve the question, I'll show you how to do this part. Which, by the way, this part is actually not difficult. Just to give an example, what will happen is your question will tell you the minimum cash balance, let's assume, has to be $20,000 at the end of each month. So what we'll do is, once we find the cash surplus, let's assume 18,000. Now I know that the minimum cash balance I need to have at the end of the month is 20,000. 18,000 is 2,000 short of what I need. So what I'll do is I will borrow additional 2,000, and then my total will become $20,000. So that's kind of what this area is for. And then if I have extra money, let's say in this second month, I have 24,000, then I'll see how much money I owe in loans and I'll pay them back. Let's say 4,000 out of 24,000, and then I'll get back to 20,000 and so on. Like if I don't have to pay loan, I can keep all of the money that I have here. So that's kind of what this is. Obviously, now we'll solve a question for this.